This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2021 River Ranch by Columbus, and the model number is 392MB. So this is not a floor plan or a show or a sales video. This is a how-to video. So I'm just going to go over some of the features and tell you how they work, okay? So obviously you've got two, let me see here before I say that. Yes, two separate awnings. They're power awnings on the outside. You've got huge storage in the back. That's your 50 amp shore cord there, if you can see it, but it's huge under here. And outside speakers, all the usual things. Another huge basement here in the front, really big. Yep, twice I did it. You have 30-pound LP tanks, two of them. Dual batteries, 27 series, Deep Cycle Marine batteries, wired together at 12 volts, so they're 12 volts, just double the storage capacity. Okay. Now this has a six-point leveling system, right? So you got 3 jacks on each side, 6 jacks. There's 2 ways to operate them. You can do it out here or inside. Now the control panel out here does everything you need, but it doesn't have all the functions as the one inside does. Alright, so for example, you can use auto level, which is the most common thing to use, and hitch height, which is the other most common thing to use. Retract all is less common, because if you retract all, it'll actually nosedive it, you know, because it's retracting the landing gear also. So what you're going to do is basically when you get your trailer and then you unhitch it and pull your tow vehicle away, then you'll auto level it. So this device remembers the height it was at before you auto leveled it. It considers it hitch height. It remembers the last one. So when you're ready to leave, you can push hitch height, excuse me, and it'll put it back into the same position it was in when you unhitch. So you should be able to slide right underneath it. This you can operate your front and landing gear, right? Both of them at the same time, obviously, and you can operate those here too for hitching and unhitching. Here's the directions. To turn this on, you push both arrows at the same time. You see the green light lit up, okay? Alright. This device here is a power inverter. So what this does is it takes 12 volts from the battery, 12 volts DC from the battery, and it inverts it to 110 AC, right? Then sends it to your refrigerator to run your refrigerator. You got a regular household type refrigerator in here, works on 110 AC. So this could actually, I mean, when you're plugged into shore power, it'll run your refrigerator. But when you're going down the road, your batteries can supply the 12 volt DC to your inverter. The inverter inverts it to 110 AC and sends it to the refrigerator. And all the while your tow vehicle's alternator is recharging your battery. So, okay, there's also a converter in here which does just the opposite. It converts AC to DC power. That's inside. We'll talk about that when we get there. You may know all this stuff already, so I just have to assume you don't, because I don't want to miss out here and not give people good information. Alright, so this is a kill switch for your batteries. So it's on right now. You can shut them off if you ever need to. You can operate your slide rooms and awnings from out here. This is an analog control panel. There's a touch panel inside the trailer, of course. Water filter canister. We're winterized right now, as you can see. So basically, you can hook your hose right up to here, your city water right up to here, and put it in the correct configuration, which for city water would be this one here, if you can see. The 4 valves in this position, that's regular city water. Now if you need to fill your tank because you're camping someplace that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite, you can convert it to this, or change it to this position, right? And that'll fill your tank. Then you would go to this position and you can use the electric water pump and pump water. Your trailer will work just like it's got city water. It'll just be pumping it from the tank. Here's an outside pump switch, but there's also one inside. And then you also have winterize and sanitize, that sort of thing. So I'm going to put it back to city water because that's the most common way. Okay. So yeah, you can do that all that with just these 4 valves. These are cable, satellite, and cable and satellite through plus an auxiliary. Now this is a black tank flush here. So after you dump your black tank, you can hook the hose at the dump station on here. You leave the valve open, the dump valve open. Turn on the water. It'll spray out the inside of your tank. It'll clean off the sensors. It's a good thing to do. If you have a workable hose at the dump station that hasn't been run over and smashed or anything like that, you can definitely use this. It's very useful. This is your on-demand water heater. The controls are inside. I'll show them to you when we get inside. Now I want to remind you that you get a packet with all the directions in it to do all this stuff. So you could also go online to manufacturers' videos, and they got really good videos on how to operate it. So keep that in mind, okay? As we move farther, we're just on the basement on the other side here, the rear basement. You get a hose reel here, and of course there's your 50 amp power cord. All right. Let me look at this to make sure that it's there. Okay. Right here, this behind here, just so you know, this is your air conditioner. It's not on the roof. It's right here in the corner. Also, this is prep for a backup camera. So if you wanted to add one, it's right there. That's where you would house it. Let me just look over here for a minute because I didn't pay close attention. Yeah, so it's just a backup camera. I just wanted to make sure. So you also have a ladder, which is important because manufacturer states you should inspect the roof every 90 days. So you do that, please. You want to check for cracking or separation. Any place you see sealant, you want to look for damage to any roof attachments or roof material that might have got damaged by low branches or road debris flipping up there, something like that. Okay, and one thing I walked right past is this LP Quick Connect here. You can connect a grill or griddle right to the LP system there. Just make sure it's the proper pressure grill when you get one, if you're going to get one. Okay, so let's go inside. We got a stairwell here. Okay. All right. So behind this door is the touch panel. So let me start there. This is just a sensor for your HVAC system. This is telling you that there's an app you can get for this, and that's the information. So here we go. So right now we're at home, and you could add more things to the home screen just by clicking favorites. So let me go to the devices here. See if I can do this right so I can get it to behave. I always have trouble with it. There it goes. Okay. So you can do your awnings, your slide rooms, your monitor panel, check levels, that sort of thing. Your leveling is right here, so we'll do that one. Okay, so it does the same thing that the panel outside did. It does auto level. It does retract all jacks, and it also does, excuse me, it does hitch height. You can see right there. But you can also, let me do this correctly here. You go into manual, for example, and you can operate the jacks independently of each other right here. That's the main difference between this one and the one up front. So you can see you can just move the rear, and you can move the side to side, the front, that sort of thing. Okay, so everything can be done from this control panel. You can work with it and get used to it. This is the power converter I told you about. Remember I told you the inverter inverts 12 volt DC, turns it into 110 AC, and sends it to your refrigerator here. Well, this does the opposite. It It takes 110 AC, just regular current, and you see you've got the panel here, the distribution panel, and it's got circuit breakers here. These are just like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled here, right? Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here. You got 12 volt fuses, and they're labeled, okay? Also, this is a battery tender, so when you're plugged in, it's going to sense how much energy your batteries need and keep them charged up. So when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator charges the battery. When you're plugged in, this will charge the battery. Okay, that's the converter. Okay. So refrigerator works like any other refrigerator, of course. Microwave works like other microwaves. It has a light and a 2-speed vent on it. Now when it comes to your range, this is very simple. All you do is you pick what burner you want to use or whatever. You're going to turn it on and then depress it, and it lights. That's all there is to it. And that goes for the oven also. It's very simple. The reason you have to push them in, it's more of a safety feature, so little kids can't just twist them on like you can with some RV ovens and range tops. Okay, so the TV works like any other TV. You can open this compartment up here, and you got storage behind it. You always want this. You always want this. See how that's glowing green there? That's the signal booster for the digital antenna. Now I could shut it off by pushing that little button there, but you don't need to. Anytime you're using the oven, yikes. Anytime you're using the antenna, you want that to be green or you won't get a good picture. Forget the part about the oven. Okay, so you should have let me see. You should have, yeah. You have remotes. This one is for your fireplace. This is for your sound, and then 2 TVs. This right here is for it's a tire monitor. So if you wanted to, if you want to use this, there are sensors in all the tires, not the spare, but all the 4 tires on here, or 4 wheels on here for that matter, and it's located right across from the valve stem on the wheel itself. So you can set this to it'll tell you the temperature of your tires, the pressure. It has a built-in alarm, and this is just a little screen you take it right up in the tow vehicle with you. Okay. All right. The fireplace, you can change the picture or the flame itself. You can change the crystals. You can set the thermostat. Obviously, you've got 2 fan speeds, low and high. So there's tons you can do with it. It's a great space heater in the sense that you have limited LP gas, obviously, because you have 2 30-pound tanks. So on those days where you don't need, it's cool, but you don't need the furnace running, this thing is great. So you can, and it works on AC power, so you can just run it without having to worry about using up your LP gas. Now with this here, I'll just give you a talk through on this. I'll put it on standby. Let me do this again. There we go. It's going to start blaring here. I just know it. Let's see. Alright, so I'll just put on UPS or USB so it's quiet right now. But if you flip this open, you can stream off a USB stick. You could put all your albums on one stick and take them with you. It has Bluetooth, so you can hook up wirelessly with your phone or tablet and stream. It has AM/FM radio, so there's a lot you can do with it. It has 3 speaker zones. A is this room, B is the front, and then C is outside. And you have a powered bass here. You can see there's a little knob on this thing here, so you can crank the bass up or down as whatever you want to do. That's right there. And like I said, there is a remote in that drawer also. So cool. This, let's not talk about that. That doesn't matter. This is a hide-a-bed. The cushions pull right off. Obviously, you grab it down here, fold it out, and you got a 3-panel hide-a-bed. And it's not how should I say this? It's not like the old ones where you got a bar on your back and springs and that sort of thing. It actually works really, really well. theater seating. You can see you got your controls here, plus a charging port and some storage. All right. Also, there's a power vent here with a power lid on it. Look, oh, here it is over here. This is the controller for it right here. So you don't have to get a stool or a ladder to get to it anyway. All right, so let me just spin around here. Also, keep in mind you have two shades. You've just got a screen here, shade, so you can, let's say on a bright day you can dim out the sunlight, and then you got a total privacy shade here. So you got two of them, which is really neat. All right, so you got a center bunk room here. Right now the bunk is up, obviously, and this is also a little high to bed too. You can see, same as the other one. So you can put this in the down position. Obviously, there's a ladder there, and you have TV hookups here and a backing plate to mount a TV bracket if you want. All right, let me close this up as I go here. Just storage along here. Okay. Sorry about the close-up camera work, but this is the best I can do with what I've got right now. Alright, so sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. Okay. This is your, let me just get some light here. This is your on-demand water heater. It's very self-evident how it works. You set the temperature and turn it on, and it won't turn on unless there's water in it, for example. It's got a lot of safeties on it, so you can't just run it dry. It won't even turn on unless you have water attached to it. So, okay. This GFCI here, there's probably two of them in this trailer. All the plugs in the trailer are wired to this one or the other one. So even the ones outside. So if it pops, you're going to reset it either here or at the other one. Your toilet works like every other RV toilet. That's of course antifreeze. You got a flush pedal. You always want to put water and a dose of chemical in there before you use it. Otherwise the smell will be terrible. Plus it can get clogged up. So make sure you always have chemical and water in it. You got another fireplace here. There's the remote there. The other TV remote is up front if you saw it. There were two of them. And this is a televator, which switches right here. Like so. And there you have the televator. Okay. There's storage underneath the bed. Let's just look and see what's under there. Two chairs, two folding chairs with a dinette table. This is you can use it as a closet, obviously, as a wardrobe closet, but it's pre-plumbed and wired for a stackable washer dryer combo if you ever wanted to get that. You can add it on anytime you want. And behind here is just let me look here, just a wardrobe with some storage, some looks like shoe storage back there, I would guess that's for. Always latch these when you're traveling so they don't, fly, if it doesn't fly open and shut and get damaged. And this is just for your paddle fan. Okay, let me see, I think I pretty much covered it. There's also a carbon monoxide LP gas detector in here somewhere that I walked past. Let me look around here. If I can find it. Yeah, right here. So there's your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It's green. Make sure it's always green like that. If not, get it serviced. That's very important. So always, if it's not green, get it serviced, period. Okay, so I think that covers it then. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 90 days. That's important. You're just protecting your investment. Odds are you'll go up there for years and years without having to do something, but it's the fact that you're just looking out for your investment because you don't know if it got damaged by low branches or what's happening. So you just take a look, okay? And right now also we're winterized, so you still have to flush it out with fresh water when you're going to use it, okay? Thank you.